it was justified, honestly. Board games.
We have to throw some of these away. You have one myself. You do.
Come, isn't it, place?
That's shoot. Then you've got loot, which is eclectic, whatever.
Most people in their childhood played games, board games when they were younger. So you've got the classics like Monopoly, Scrabble, Jenga. So we have those games here. So a big reason for people coming here is it's a bit quirky. Obviously people hear, oh, board game cafe, what's that? And then they start thinking, oh, those games that they played when they were younger. So they come here and they can play all those games. But then we have another side to the cafe where we have all of the games that people would probably never have heard of before. So a little bit more strategic, a little bit more fun, quirky. And so we have people who come here to play those games. And especially people who, at home probably don't have a lot of games at their own, in their own homes. So they will come here because we have 700.
Jinx the dice. 6 again! I've got a load of ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The oldest game that we've got in the exhibition is the game of Senate from ancient Egypt, and we know that goes back to at least 3000 BC. And this was a game that was played by everybody. It was probably just a simple race game. We're not actually sure of the rules, but a simple race game. And in fact, a lot of early games and a lot of games that people still like to play today are just simple race games, and that's the idea. It's the competitiveness, isn't it? That's how you win. Companies were able to churn out, cheap games, basically. People, were looking for things to do. They had more time on their hands, more leisure time, and so this combined into this, explosion, really, of board game playing that happened. I regard there as being 4 modern classics, and that's Cluedo, Scrabble, Trivial Pursuit, and top of the heap, Monopoly. A lot of it is marketing, I think. They're very clever marketing by Parker Brothers. I mean, the game itself is much older than when the Parker Brothers produced it first in the 1930s. So it dates back to the early 20th century to a game called the Landlord's Game, which was actually designed to teach the evils of taxation. And of course, the game then becomes a completely capitalist thing that everybody wants to win as much money as possible.
it kind of takes away part of what made socializing fun when you're kind of constantly checking technology. And so there's kind of like this sort of rebellion, I feel like, against digital gaming, digital technology. And that's where board games are perfect, because they offer like full-on interaction with people that, friends, and also it's fun. The whole point of board games is that they're fun.
It's not exactly a kind of an antidote to video games, because they're still popular as well. But people, they're rediscovering that sort of face-to-face interaction.
So I'm guessing there's a house rule of thou shalt not.